So last video I asked you what is the lifespan of a red blood cell. So the lifespan of the red blood cell is approximately 120 days. So we finished the lymphatic system, now we start with the immune system. Immune system, these two systems, they work similarly to help to protect our body, but immune system has extra function here. They kill foreign substances, well, just like the lymphatic system, but they can remove toxin, and most importantly, they can kill cancer cell. But the killing of cancer cell is not 100% perfect. I mean, that's why that's why many people still die from cancer. And then we have innate immunity and adaptive immunity. We briefly talk about adaptive immunity. Is basically you have to expose, you have to have a primary exposure. That means you have to get sick or you have to get the vaccine. Either you get sick or get the vaccine first. Then after that, in the future, if you're exposed to the same infectious agent, then your body will have the so-called immunity. Your body can start to secrete antibody to fight for that. Innate immunity, meaning that the immune system triggers some kind of reaction. For example, fever, coughing, sneezing. All these the innate immunity when you first encounter the infectious agent. So for innate immunity, these are four types: physical and chemical barrier. We call this the first line of defense. Inflammation, phagocytes, a natural killer cell, and protective protein. We'll go through all of them one by one. So whenever you heard about physical barrier or chemical barrier, the first thing people will think about is the skin. Yes, the skin is like your first line of defense. Why? I told you before, maybe may or may not, okay. The question is, how come bacteria will infect you? How come when you have, let's say if you have a cut on your fingertips, how come bacteria will infect you? Why is that? I'll explain this in the next video. You can think about why. So we have skin to protect us from infection. We also have mucous membrane in the respiratory, digestive, and urinary tract. So for example, in your trachea, you have mucus in the trachea, so that when we breathe in air, if the air has any dust or infectious agent like bacteria and stuff, the mucus theoretically can trap those foreign agent. And then the cilia inside our trachea, they will beat the mucus up so that we can cough out the mucus that has the foreign infectious agent. And then upper respiratory cilia, I told you the cilia can remove trapped particle. And then oil glands and skin, they secrete a chemical we call sebum to kill some bacteria. Yes, the oil that's secreted by our skin naturally, they have antibacterial properties. They are good stuff. And then the stomach is acidic, and there is another organ that is also acidic for the purpose of fighting bacteria. Does anyone know? I will also tell you the answer for this one, another acidic organ. Okay, let me give a tip. It is an opening. It is an opening in the body that is acidic, that helps to fight infection, prevent the infection. And then we have normal bacteria in the intestine, like E. coli when we talk about the digestive system. Another area to outcompete potential pathogens. So when we take, let's say, antibiotics, it is not good because when we take antibiotics, we also kill the good bacteria in our body. The good bacteria, they help to inhibit the growth of the so-called bad bacteria. When we take antibiotics, we kill both the good and bad bacteria in our body. So another response, non-specific response, or innate immune response is called inflammation. Inflammation is a series of events, so it's a chemical cascade. After we have a tissue trauma, that means if we cut open our fingers, if we cut the skin, even without bacterial infection, we will still have the inflammatory response. Because the inflammatory response is to ward off infection, to potentially help you to defend, and also it increases the access to the immune system, meaning that the white blood cell will be easier to go into the damaged, the so-called damaged area or inflamed area. There are 4 signs in the inflamed area: redness, heat, swelling, and pain. Mainly because the capillary, the blood vessels in the damaged area, they dilate. We call it a vasodilation. When the blood vessels or the capillary in the damaged area dilate, that means you have more blood going to that area. When you have more blood going into that area, what will happen? Your skin will look redder. That's why it looks red. And when you have more blood going to this area, so because the blood, theoretically, they are at the 37 degrees Celsius at your body temperature, so it will also increase the temperature of that surface of the body tissue. The surface of our body tissue, they usually have a lower body temperature, a little bit lower than the 37 degree, because the surface of our body, they are in contact with the external environment. Swelling because another inflammatory response is to increase the permeability of the blood vessels, the capillary around that area, meaning making the capillary, they are very leaky. When the capillary becomes very leaky, then the protein in the plasma can go into the body tissue easily. Some of the protein can be antibiotic that can help fight the infection. Since you have more protein going from your blood to your body tissue, it makes your body tissue increase the osmolarity of your body tissue. When your osmolarity is increased in your body tissue, as I mentioned before, you can assume that osmolarity is the same as the concentration at our level. So then you have a higher concentration in your body tissue, and then you have lower concentration in your blood over that area. Then what will happen? Osmosis will occur, so that water will move from your blood vessels into the body tissue, making the body tissue over that area swells. So this is the process of swelling. And pain. Pain can be due to many different factors. The physical damage of your skin will be strong enough to stimulate pain receptor in your skin, so that you tell your brain that, oh, it hurts.